Started the journey of West Nile yesterday. We covered the Jumani district with the 3 rallies, beginning from Zaipi. We came to Pakile Town Council, Zaipi Sub-County, Pakile Town Council, Jumani Town Council. Right now, we are now entering Obongi. We are at the riverbank at Sinyanya ferry landing site. You can see that is the ferry, the Obongi ferry crossing. We are going to be in Obongi Town Council immediately after crossing. The rally starts here. By around 1 p.m. we shall be at Ndirindiri, that is the extreme Obongi North, where after that rally we shall be in Moyo Town Council at 4 p.m. today. And we close the day with the radio talk show on Radio Patches Moyo. That will be at 8 to 10 p.m. This rally of the president, this tour of the presidential candidate of the FDC, and particularly reaching in our area, has coincided with our parliamentary elections also. The campaigns have already started officially. As of yesterday, the first round of campaigns nationwide, ward of Obongi Town Council. It is also the same area where the presidential candidate is, and going to address the rally at the same place, the same population. So for one, I give precedence, of course, to the presidential candidate. But my message clearly and briefly summarized is as follows. The theme of my manifesto for the Obongi constituency is closing the gaps. Closing the gaps. The development gaps. Closing the gaps in leadership, development strategy, resource mobilization strategy, and the broken will of the people. So mine is closing the gaps because there are certain things which are expected to be there. When you measure what is expected to be there against what is actually there now on the ground, you see what is there on the ground is less and less than what was expected. So that creates a gap in development. There are many cases of inequalities, development disparities in Uganda, regional development disparities and economic inequalities. The issues of poverty and economic inequalities affect my people directly. The issues of infrastructure, economic infrastructure, transport and communication infrastructure, what was expected by this time vis-a-vis what is actually there at this time. That is what creates the gap, and you can see the gap clearly. Now when you look at the gaps in leadership, I look at this in the context of what was expected as the roles of a member of parliament in our situation. First of all, the roles of a member of parliament in an ideal situation, I refer to them as the ordinary roles of a member of parliament in an ordinary situation under normal circumstances, where the systems of government are expected to be in existence and functioning normally, where you expect institutions to be working. A member of parliament ordinarily will be expected to perform the following 4 functions. Number 1, relation. Number 2, representation. Number 3, budget approval. Number 4, oversight. These things happen even in the super developed democratic countries of the world, where democracy is expected to work normally because the institutions of government are there, the institutions of the state are there. Every member of these institutions plays his or her role properly, and things are supposed to flow normally, where the distribution of national resources and opportunities is done fairly. There is justice and fairness in such a situation. But there is also the other situation where there are extraordinary roles of a member of parliament. This is the situation where systems are not working properly. This is a situation where there are really gaps in the institutions and the functionings of those institutions, where there are a lot of issues of injustices against the people, unfairness in the distribution of national resources. In such a situation, there are also cases of human rights abuses, insecurity of persons and property of the people. People feel insecure in such a situation where they may lose their lives or they may lose their property, including land. Land grabbing is a serious issue now. So a situation as bad as this one requires me to perform extraordinary roles of members of parliament in extraordinary situations like ours here. We become advocates, defenders of human rights. We become human rights defenders, defenders of the people, not just making laws alone. So for me here, as a leader, I am going to work in the area of closing the gaps in leadership.
Okay, in this
so economic infrastructure, transport and communication infrastructure. We have this gap, we have this problem here. This river here is served by a ferry, but you can see the ferry causes delays. We advocated for a bridge. Obonge people expressed their interest that they should have a bridge. The people of the whole of this area of West Nile, beginning from Pakwach up to the Uganda-South Sudan border in Nimule, this is the area of the Nile which is called the Albert Nile. The whole of the Albert Nile here has only one bridge. The bridge at Pakwach. The Albert Nile essentially is the West Nile, the Nile in the West Nile region. And the bridge we have is that one of Pakwach. Here we need urgently at least 2 bridges. The Laropi Bridge, which is in the extreme north, serving people in the area of Moyo, even going the other side of Elegu, Amuru, people going that side of Nimule, people going that side of Noya. I mean Noya this way for Pakwach, but that side of Lamo. And then crossing like this, even people from South Sudan areas of Kajokeji, when they want to cross the river here, the river Nile here, this would be the bridge at Laropi to serve them. Because the next bridge on the Nile, if you go further, is in Juba, the Juba Bridge. It is very far away even. So the government of the Republic of Uganda and the government of the Republic of South Sudan, the East African community need to look at this as a priority. We need a bridge urgently at Laropi. We need a bridge urgently here. You know, Obonge at this spot of the Obonge Ferry Sinyanya landing site. There are people who came here, they did survey about the bridge, and the Uganda government is working on the Obonge bridge on the Nile with the Japanese. But we understand that the Japanese or the other side, the Chinese, are supposed to give support, either funding or some technical support on this side of the bridge. They did a survey here. The bridge is supposed to pass from where you see that landing site, west of it, like this, where you see those canoes, from west of that place, north of the ferry, exact docking point. You move that side like this, and it's supposed to pass from here and land ahead of this landing site here. But the thing is, in Museveni's regime, you hear smart promises, but they are not implemented at all. Sometimes they are implemented not on time. Sometimes they are implemented, but not to the quality expected. So in issues of promises, government assurances, I can speak with authority. I served in Parliament as the chairman of the Parliamentary Committee on Government Assurances and Implementation for 5 years. Unless pressure is mounted on the government, these promises will remain promises, and therefore I am coming back to take off from where I left to make sure that we follow the pledges which have not been implemented. Some of the pledges implemented within the period of my time include the bringing of this ferry here. We followed it up. We organized lobbying and advocacy activities here in Obonge during the celebration of Obonge Day. There was a day called Obonge Day. It was created by ourselves to bring people together and we advocate for development here.